Viewers stop scrolling. Imagine a woman so shy she couldn't order coffee without her voice cracking. Now standing before a crowd of thousands, her words echoing like thunder. That's Emily Carter's story. A tale of quiet desperation turning into roaring triumph. But it's not just inspiration. It's got twists that will make you question everything you think you know about courage. Emily Carter was born on a drizzly October morning in 1990, in a modest house in the suburbs of Seattle, Washington. Her father, David Carter, was a software engineer at Microsoft, the kind of guy who spent weekends tinkering with code in the garage. Her mother, Laura, taught third grade at the local elementary school, bringing home stacks of children's books that Emily devoured from an early age. The family was comfortable, middle-class, stable, loving, but Emily was always the quiet one. Even as a toddler, she preferred observing from the corners of rooms, rather than being the center of attention. By the time she started kindergarten in 1995, Emily's shyness was evident. While other kids shouted answers during circle time, she sat cross-legged on the carpet, staring at her shoes. Her teacher noted it in reports. Emily is a bright child but rarely participates verbally. At home, Laura encouraged her. "Just try saying one thing tomorrow, sweetie," she'd say, but Emily's throat would close up at the thought. Elementary school brought the first real scars. In second grade during show and tell, Emily brought her favorite stuffed bear. When called to the front, she stood frozen, tears welling up. The class laughed, not cruelly, kids being kids, but it stung. "Mouse girl," they whispered in the hallways. Emily retreated deeper into books, spending recesses in the library with the librarian, Mrs. Jenkins, who let her read silently for hours. Middle school in the early 2000s was worse. Puberty hit, and with it self-consciousness amplified. Emily grew into a slender girl with mousy brown hair, glasses, and a wardrobe of oversized sweaters that hit her like armor. Group projects were torture. She'd do all the work but let others present. In 8th grade during a science fair, her volcano demonstration failed because she couldn't explain it aloud. The judge gave her a pitying smile. That night, she cried in her room, vowing to stay invisible. High school at Roosevelt High in Seattle didn't improve things. Emily excelled academically, straight A's in English and history, but socially she floated on the periphery. She had a small circle of friends. Lisa, a bubbly cheerleader who dragged her to football games, and Mark, a fellow bookworm. But even with them, Emily spoke little. Prom in 2008 was a disaster. She went with a group, spent most of the night in the bathroom hiding from the dance floor. One incident stood out. Junior year English class required oral reports on classic novels. Emily chose To Kill a Mockingbird, pouring her soul into the written outline. But on presentation day, standing before 30 classmates, her mind blanked. "Scout is, brave because..." She stammered, face burning red. The room went silent. The teacher, Mr. Harlan, prompted gently, but Emily mumbled, "I can't," and sat down. Grade: B-4 content, F for delivery. Lisa consoled her later. "Why didn't you just say your ideas? They're awesome." Emily shrugged. "Words stick in my throat." College at the University of Washington from 2008 to 2012 was a mixed bag. Majoring in English literature felt safe. Analysis on paper, no speaking required. She lived in a dorm her freshman year but moved to a quiet off-campus apartment sophomore year to avoid roommate chit-chat. Professors loved her essays. One even suggested grad school. But seminars were hell. In a literature discussion class, participation was 30% of the grade. Emily forced herself to speak twice per semester, each time rehearsing in the mirror for hours, only to choke under pressure. A pivotal moment came junior year. A group project on Jane Austen required a 10-minute presentation. Her partners divided the work, assigning Emily the conclusion. Rehearsals went okay in private, but on the day, in the lecture hall with 50 students, she froze mid-sentence. Elizabeth Bennet's growth shows that. Silence. Her partners jumped in to save it, but Emily fled to the bathroom, vomiting from anxiety. She got a C on the project and swore off public speaking forever. Graduating in 2012 with honors but no confidence, Emily job hunted remotely. She landed a junior copywriter position at a small marketing firm in downtown Seattle called Evergreen Ads. The role was perfect. Writing blog posts, slogans, email campaigns, all from her cubicle. No client meetings, no pitches. Her boss, a laid-back guy named Steve, valued her work. "Your copy converts," he'd say. Emily thrived in silence, earning steady raises. Life settled into a routine. Weekdays: commute on the bus, write copy, lunch alone with a book. Weekends: hiking in Discovery Park or curling up with her cat, Mittens, a gray tabby she adopted in 2014. Dating was sporadic. Apps led to a few awkward coffees where she barely spoke, scaring guys off. By 2018, at 28, Emily wondered if this was it. Safe, solitary, unfulfilled. Then came the upheaval. Evergreen Ads was acquired by Apex Communications, a bigger agency with corporate vibes. New management rolled out team synergy initiatives, mandatory weekly meetings where everyone shared ideas aloud. Emily's first session in a sleek conference room overlooking the Sound was a nightmare. When called on for input on a client's rebrand, she whispered, "Maybe softer colors?" Colleagues strained to hear. Her new manager, Karen Ruiz, a sharp, ambitious woman in her 40s, pulled her aside. "Emily, your written work is gold, but if you can't verbalize, you'll plateau here. Look into Toastmasters. It changed my life." Toastmasters. The name evoked dread. People voluntarily speaking? But Karen's warning hit home. Emily was tired of being passed over for promotions, watching extroverts like her coworker Jeff climb while she stagnated. One rainy Thursday evening in fall 2018, after another humiliating meeting where she said nothing, Emily searched Toastmasters Seattle on her phone. The nearest club met at a community center in Capitol Hill. Next session Tuesday. She almost backed out. Sitting in her car outside the center, rain drumming on the roof, Emily's heart pounded. "Just observe," she told herself. Inside, the room buzzed with about 20 people. Diverse ages, backgrounds. The leader, Tom Hargrove, a charismatic man in his 50s with salt and pepper hair and a warm smile, greeted her. New face. "I'm Tom. Grab coffee and a seat." The meeting followed a structure. Introductions, prepared speeches, impromptu table topics. Emily's turn for intro: stand, say name and something fun. Knees shaking, she managed. "Hi, I'm Emily Carter. I work in marketing. And I'm terrified of this." Laughter, applause. No judgment. For the first time, she felt seen without fear. She returned weekly. Progress was glacial but real. From 30-second intros to 1-minute table topics, quick responses to prompts. Tom mentored her gently. "Breathe from the diaphragm," he'd advise. Members like Mike, a burly construction foreman, shared vocal projection tips. Gloria, a retired teacher, taught pauses for emphasis. Raj, a young software engineer, became a friend emailing practice prompts. One breakthrough: a 3-minute speech on my favorite hobby, reading. Emily rehearsed endlessly. On stage, voice steady at first, then cracking. But she finished. Applause thundered in her ears. Tom hugged her after. "Proud of you, kid." Coffee chats with Tom deepened. He shared his backstory. Severe stutter in youth, lost a sales job because he couldn't pitch. "Toastmasters rebuilt me. Now I consult independently." Emily admired him, seeing a surrogate dad. Pandemic hit in 2020. Meetings went virtual. Zoom saved Emily. No physical eyes staring. She could mute if needed. She excelled, delivering 5-minute speeches on topics like the beauty of introversion. When in-person resumed in 2021, she won the club speech contest with The Power of Silence. Arguing listening trumps talking. Her voice clear, anecdotes drawing laughs. Emboldened, Emily applied for senior copywriter at Apex. The interview involved pitching a campaign. Rehearsing with Raj via video, she nailed it live. Confident, articulate. Promotion granted. Salary bump, more responsibility, including client calls. She handled them voice steady. But cracks appeared in 2022. After a session, lingering to help stack chairs, Emily overheard Tom outside on his phone. "Yeah, the group's a goldmine for leads. That shy one, Emily Carter? Marketing talent, ripe for poaching. I'll connect her to the tech firm. My cut's standard." Shock froze her. Tom, her mentor, using the club for headhunting? She confronted him in the parking lot. "What was that call?" Tom paled. "Emily, it's not what you think." "It is. You're scouting us like recruits." He sighed. I run a side gig placing talent in tech. Toastmasters help spot diamonds. I was going to recommend you for a better role. Higher pay. Without asking. Turning vulnerability into profit. Tears stung. I trusted you. It's networking. Win-win. No, it's betrayal. Emily drove home furious, quitting the club via email that night. Devastated, she spiraled briefly. Skipped work socials, doubted her progress. Was it all manipulated? Journaling helped. Anger birthed words. One sleepless night, she recorded a video on her phone. Raw from her couch, mittens on lap. I thought Toastmasters was safe, a place to conquer fear. But my mentor saw dollar signs in my shyness. If you're struggling, know this. Real courage comes from within, not gurus. Uploaded to YouTube as betrayed by my public speaking mentor. Views trickled, dozens then hundreds. Work stabilized. Emily pitched boldly, leading campaigns. But the video lingered in her mind. Twist accelerated in early 2023. Jenna Mills, host of the popular podcast Voices Unheard, millions of listeners, found the video while prepping an episode on communication barriers. Email. Emily, your story is powerful. Raw honesty about vulnerability exploited. Guest on my show. Terror gripped Emily. National podcast. Live? But refusal meant staying small. She accepted, prepping obsessively. The recording. Jenna's warm voice eased her. Emily recounted childhood, college freezes, Toastmasters triumph and betrayal. The twist hurt, but it forced independence. My voice is mine now. Episode from whisper to roar dropped. Viral explosion shared on Reddit, Twitter, LinkedIn. Comments. This is my life. Exposes fake mentors. Emily's video resurfaced, millions of views. Invites flooded. Local Rotary clubs, women's groups. Emily quit Apex to freelance write and speak. First paid gig. $500 for a library talk. Nervous, but she wove betrayal into inspiration. Audience Q&A teared up. Tom messaged on LinkedIn. I'm sorry. Your video woke me. Shut down the headhunting. Skeptical, Emily met at a Pike Place cafe. Tom confessed deeper. Decades ago, a mentor scammed him out of savings promising career boosts. I twisted pain into cynicism, became the exploiter. Your courage shamed me. Humanized, but Emily guarded. Redeem yourself genuinely. She channeled it into her next speech at a Portland Women's Conference, Summer 2023. 500 attendees. Title: Courage Amid Deception. Recounted journey without naming Tom. Twists reveal truth. Mind taught authentic voice over manipulated. Video posted online. TikTok algorithm loved it. Millions views. Hashtag speaking courage trended. Messages poured. Shy professionals thanking her. Momentum built. TEDx Seattle invite for fall 2023. Talk, The Shy Revolution. Shyness as superpower for observation, empathy. 10 million online views by 2024. Book deal. HarperCollins for memoir Silent No More. Writing unearthed family twist. Interviewing her mom for chapters, Laura confessed over tea. I was painfully shy too, Emily. Your grandfather, my dad, was abusive. He'd yell or worse if I spoke back. I learned silence for survival. Pushed you to write, not speak, my regret. This intergenerational layer enriched the book. Published 2024. Bestseller lists. Emily launched Voice Vault, online platform for introverts. Forums, virtual practice rooms. No networking allowed. Thousands joined globally. Success stories. A Texas teen speaking at graduation. A New York exec nailing board meetings. Fame's twist. 2025 tabloid hit piece. Is Emily Carter's story fake? Mentor betrayal fabricated for fame. Anonymous sources claimed no headhunter in Seattle Toastmasters. Panic. Career threat? Emily hired a private investigator discreetly. Trace sources to Jeff, her old Apex rival, jealous of her exit and success. He'd fed tips anonymously. Emily went live on Instagram. 10,000 viewers. Twists again. Here's proof, emails, timestamps. Displayed evidence. Backlash reversed, support surged, book sales spiked. Jeff emailed apology. Envy got me. Sorry. Climax. 2025 National Conference in Chicago. Keynote to 5,000. Life's plot twists. Embrace or break. Standing ovation. Personal joys. Met Alex Thompson, a librarian, at a 2024 book signing. Both introverts, conversation flowed naturally. Relationship grew, quiet dinners, hikes. He supported her tours. By January 2026, Emily tours arenas. Latest in Seattle. Hometown crowd of 8,000. On stage, voice resonant. From mouse to microphone, twists forged me. Your story waits, speak it. She inspires thousands daily. Workshops, online courses, fan mails from shy souls worldwide finding courage. Emily Carter's journey proves courage isn't linear. It's twisted, real, triumphant.